Hey, it's Chris, the Dating Doc, and this video, I'm angry. Okay, you've got to watch this video. First off, click and subscribe. Chris, the Dating Doc. I talk everything from dating, commentary, gender dynamics. What I'm going to talk about, I'm going to talk about something that's going on in local news, which is punk Hispanic men that do not know how to treat their kids. I'm going to talk about Brandon Cervera, 28-year-old from here in San Antonio, who let his son pass away from being malnourished, and even forced his son to drink hand sanitizer, locked up the refrigerator from him, left him in a mattress that was just pure of filth. And yet you have a stepmother that saw this going on. Matter of fact, the SAPD, San Antonio Police Department, and CPS, the only reason they knew this was going on was because they saw cell phone footage of this unfortunate 4-year-old who had to live in these conditions. All right, so stick with the video. I'm gonna go through some articles here and then wrap it up. Let's get into it. Now, what gets me about this headline, what gets me about this news story, not only did it happen in my hometown of San Antonio, but this is the third case that's happened here, and it all involves these chode ass Hispanic men that not only know that they are endangering their children, they purposely do it, and they're the perpetrators themselves. These are punk ass bitches. It pisses me off because, again, you talk all this manosphere shit about, well, we need to avoid single moms. Put your energy into holding men like this accountable. I'm gonna get into a story here. So dad arrested after forcing son to drink hand sanitizer and beg for food before starving to death. A child he created himself, right? 28-year-old dad was arrested after police obtained cell phone footage of the young boy begging for water and food, according to an affidavit. I'm going to skip here a little bit. You can read this. This is from the New York Post. San Antonio police got a hold of the shocking footage from a family member's phone before arresting him on a charge of injury to a child. Okay, how long was this footage out there that the family member had before they took action? The 4-year-old boy was unresponsive with bruises on his body when he was taken to the hospital on August 17th, according to the affidavit. All right, beautiful, innocent-looking child, and unfortunately was brought into this world by this douchebag here. I'm gonna look up here again. The woman who identifies herself as the deceased boy's mom, Lala Flores, recently took to Facebook to say justice will be served. She wrote, "Justice will be served, mi angelito," which means my angel, and even though when justice does come, at least we'll all know. I'll never understand why this happened in the hand of your so-called loved ones. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, okay? You have these stereotypes going on that a certain ethnicity likes to go in and get violent at school. You have a certain ethnicity that likes to just be violent against their own ethnicity. And now you got this stereotype that Latin dads are just gonna tie their kids up in cages, boxes, and make a Netflix documentary out of them. This needs to stop, okay? Put your energy, instead of don't date single moms, put your energy into punk ass bitches like this. All right, let's go into cell phone video leads to arrest in deadly child starvation case. All right, I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna see if there's anything different here. This is the one I want to point out, which is a tragedy. The affidavit says police observed Benjamin begging for food and water in some of the videos, and at one point being made to drink hand sanitizer. It says during investigation of the family's home, police found the refrigerator and cabinets locked. What the heck is going through a so-called man's mind where he leads his own son to not have basic utilities and makes him drink hand sanitizer? What are you thinking when you want to torture your own seed? It doesn't make sense. They also found that Benjamin had been sleeping in a locked room that had only a urine-stained mattress on the floor. Okay, look, that kid must have been suffering the entire time, to the point that he grew numb. He grew numb, and he became accustomed to a life of hell, a life of torture from his own dad, man. This is what I don't understand. He passed away based on malnourished and underweight body, and that's how he passed from starvation. I mean, this is crazy. Now, I'm gonna point this other one out because they did arrest this Mucinex monster here, okay, who is the stepmother. Child's father and stepmother have been arrested in connection with the death of a 4-year-old son. I'm glad they hold the stepmother accountable as well, okay, because she obviously let it go. She let it happen. And again, you see this in Latin culture, like, oh, just do whatever the husband says, even if it means a danger to your own children. It's one of these backwards mentality that is closer to like some extreme Islam than it is something that makes common sense. It just doesn't make sense why you would want a kid who is not yours, but you are witnessing his own biological dad torture him, leave him to starve, leave him to drink hand sanitizer. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I'm glad that they held both the man and the woman accountable. A spokesperson for Child Protective Services says the agency had been in contact with the family. The toddler siblings are currently under their watch. Yeah, CPS. Took y'all long enough. She strongly urges anyone who suspects a child is being abused to call 911 and report it to an agency that has a training and urgency to get to the child quicker and possibly save them. We really need our faith leaders to speak to this. Our families are starving for moral compassing. Look, here's the thing. I don't understand if this guy, Brandon, I'm not going to call him a man, okay? He's an animal. I don't understand if he was born in some sort of conditions that led him to doing this to his own son. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. So when we hear about moral compassing, no, we need to make examples out of these people. I'll tell you what, if it was more than prison, that was a punishment for people like Brandon and the stepmother, I'm pretty sure that would be a deterrent for parents to treat their child better, or to at least not abuse them. This is a tragedy, people. Okay, this is a tragedy. I'm speaking up on it because if you are in a relationship where you think the man even has a chance of being abusive to you, your children, or pets, stay away from that man, okay? There are bad boys, okay? And then there's scum. There's scum out there, okay? These are no good. These aren't the rebellious, exciting bad boys that keep it fun for you. No, they are scum. Okay, there's a reason that there's lower tier men and women, and then there's actually quality men and women that you can date and be in long-term relationships with. And the sad part is there are scum that gets with scum. And then you have tragedies like this. All right, let's get back to the video. All right, ladies, like I was talking to that last point, you know that there are men that are just scum. They have no upside to them. Okay, that is different from a man who is somewhat quality and has a bad boy streak in them. Scum are irresponsible, more likely abusive, more likely will use your feelings against you, and they can hurt you, your family members, or other people. Okay, there is zero reason. And what I'm doing right now is I'm really looking at the Latin families, the Latin singles that grow up in this traditional household where the man's supposed to just can get away with whatever. If you see something, you report it. All right. The reason that I'm doing this video is to bring awareness to it. I just did a video a couple videos ago where I talked about how the manosphere promotes fatherless homes. We talk a lot about single moms in the manosphere. Well, what about these so-called dads? What about these men that don't know how to step up and are doing the opposite of raising their children? They're destroying lives, generations, and they end up going to prison, and it's just a cycle. And the worst part is there's some women that almost tolerate it because they believe in this patriarchal Latin type of culture, to the point that they would rather see their children being abused or hurt as long as the man is a leader. And that is a destructive, a very dangerous, and almost negative stereotype that we're starting to build in the Latin community. All right, so I'm telling you right now, I'm bringing awareness. Share this video with your friends, share it with your family members, share it with anyone who is a victim, past, present, or possibly in the future, so we can stop this. Okay, this is not a laughing matter. You're talking about little kids that are being affected by dysfunctional relationships. So this is Chris, the Dating Doc, signing out. Hit subscribe, support my channel. Peace.